Good morning folks, just taking you on a pretty decent size bungalow in Derby today. We're going to be cleaning the roof and applying a biocide once all the moss is cleared away. As you can see, it's quite a steep roof, so I was debating getting on the roof itself to clean it, but I thought I'll sort of use an extension pole, and on the end of this is a Freeman's Flexi scraper, and I've got the perfect tile sort of cut out there for this job. So this should extend all the way up to the top of the roof so I can get it from the safety of the ladders instead of climbing up, but I will have to get up probably on top of that dormer there to get above that, but that's fine. So that's for the scraping, and then aside from that, once we're done, I'm using a Facelift Bigboy backpack. I'll probably put about 1 litre of biocide in that and 20 litres of water, and obviously PPE, very important when using any chemicals. And then as far as putting the biocide on the roof, we've just got a standard Renegade pole here with a DA Components spray nozzle on the end. So this is the cone nozzle, so if there's any wind and stuff, it shouldn't be taking it away, you know, and risking overspray and getting it onto plants and whatsoever. So it's a pretty big job for one person really, but I'm expecting probably 2 days to get all of this done. So I'll do the majority of the scraping today, if not all of it if possible, and then probably come back tomorrow in the morning and spray the roof. There's not a massive amount of moss on this roof, as you can see if you get a bit closer up. It is all there wedged in all of the gaps. There's a bit more on the back than there is actually on the front of the house. So yeah, it's a much safer option. I think next doors have had theirs pressure washed. So as it's an old roof, I mean, it's not going to do, you know, the worst damage or anything. So it's all up to a customer preference really. They prefer to go with a low pressure option of scraping and soft washing the roof afterwards. So I'll just finish my tea and I'll get cracking. Hi folks, been going nearly an hour now maybe, and yeah, about just over a third of the way through the front. So you can kind of see the difference there, and all of this is what's left to do. So yeah, we're about a third of the way through, which isn't bad for an hour's work really. I've got to give credit to the Freeman's Flexi scraper, because the how easily it's taken that moss off there is absolutely ridiculous. It's at least doubled the speed of if you're up there on crawlers doing it by hand with hand tools. I can guarantee that. Just thought I'd share a little tip. A lot of the times when you're using sort of roof scrapers, the bottom edge of the tile can be difficult to get at certain angles, like this part here. You know, it's a lot dependent on the angle that you put the scraper at, but at some point it is going to be really hard to get it off. So there's a little tip that I use, which is if you've got a Wolf and Garten pole, it makes it a lot easier because you can just slot it straight on. It's a wire brush on the end. Now be very, very careful when using it. I only do it very gently because you don't want to be taking away any of the concrete from the tile. but it's just makes it a little bit more simple for when it's up there. After you've sort of done a section, you can quickly, you know, sort of gently drag it over the top like so, and that sort of gets rid of any little bits that are left sort of in the cracks. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand, so it's a bit difficult. See, a little bit fell out there, you know, because the bottom of the tiles, they do hold a big bulk of the moss usually. So yeah, there's a little tip. Right, I'll have a quick break and then crack on with the easy part, and then yeah, we should be onto the back then. Looking lovely. The dormer now. The front is pretty much all scraped now. I've just got a few bits of tidying up to do. Just brushing some of the excess off. But as you can see, there is pretty much nothing on it. There will always be a bit of moss sort of stuck in the gaps. But this is why it's so important to really upsell the Biocide solution afterwards, because that's what's going to get in all of these gaps and right under all the ridges. You know, and kill it all off and make sure nothing comes back, at least for a couple of years. So that's the main thing. So yeah, it's looking good. I'll probably just clean off this roof now. Yeah, and then we'll be over the other side after some lunch, I think. It should come up lovely. We're done for day one. I could have probably finished this in a day if I'd have, you know, broke my back doing it, but there's no need to with a job like this. It's better to take your time and make sure it's done correctly. I just went the extra mile on the back tiles here. I've went over them all again and got in the gaps a bit more. I didn't need to, as I say, the chemical will sort it out. But I just, you know, if you want to go the extra mile, you can, especially if you've got the time as well. I was a bit ahead of schedule, so thought I might as well just give it a more uniform, neater finish. So, you know, there's no green sticking out the tiles for a while. But yeah, I'll be back in the morning tomorrow and spray the entire roof. So I'll see you in about 18 hours, and it'll be about 2 seconds for you.